Hello LOS gang and welcome. If you're new here, hi, I'm Sacha B and welcome to The Life of Sacha. Here on my channel, I like to do videos of beauty, fashion, lifestyle, that type of content. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell button down below. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a self-care night. Clearly, I have my little headband on and I'm ready to go, but I'm also going to be giving you some of my self-development tips that I have discovered throughout my 25 years of existence. So if you want to see more and you want to know more, stay tuned and let's get into this video. Alrighty, so I am freshly out of the shower. I already washed my face, but I haven't put any moisturizer on it yet just because I'm going to be putting some face oil on my face and I'm going to be shaving it. I've been wanting to do a self-care day for a while now, but my skin has not been cooperating with me, probably because I ate like 2 tubs of Ben & Jerry's ice cream this month, so my face came back for vengeance. So I had one pimple and then it came back and brought a friend, so I didn't really want to put anything on my face while that was there just because I didn't want to irritate it anymore. But now it's just kind of red, there's no bump there anymore, so I think it's fine to shave. And I'm hoping that doing all of this stuff, like shaving my face and putting a face mask on, I'm hoping that it'll help my face a little bit and bring my skin back to what it normally is. I did mention in one of my videos a little while ago, maybe I'll link it down below or put it up here just in case you're curious, but I do remember saying that I wanted to get into self-improvement and self-development as well. I am very passionate about that stuff. I feel like I've been on this self-development and self-improvement journey for a few years now. I think since I was probably like 19 or 20 is when I kind of started figuring myself out and starting to improve myself. So I have been on this journey for at least 5 years now, and I'm finally ready to share some of the stuff that I've learned because I think 5 years is quite a while to be doing all this stuff, so I feel like I have a little bit of knowledge about it now, but I am not a coach in any way, shape, or form. I'm not a professional in any of this, just a disclaimer. This is just the stuff that I have been doing in my life that I feel like might help some people in a way. So yeah, I am gonna stop talking and I'm gonna start doing my self-care. So if you've seen any of my previous self-care videos and you've watched me shave my face before, I think I have a whole video of just me shaving my face. But if you've ever watched any of those videos, you know what I'm doing. But if you're new here, I'm gonna be just giving you a little rundown on what I'm doing. So I like to take a face oil. This is just the Burt's Bees oil. I literally found it at Shoppers. There's no real reason why I grabbed this one in particular. I think you can use like any face oil. You might even be able to use like coconut oil too if you wanted. I would like to finish this just so I can move on to a new oil and try something else out, but I am not the kind of person that likes to waste products and just let it sit there. So I'm gonna be trying to use this one up first, and then when this is done, I'll try something different. I'm gonna do this in sections just because I find that it's a little bit easier to do it that way. I'm also gonna be using a new pack of razors that I got. I freaking love Winners for this kind of stuff because this pack was only $8. We are gonna be using a pink one today. Oil, I'm just gonna be using a few drops. So just like a little line like that, and then we'll rub it in. And it's nice to just have like a wet towel with you just because I know that my hands are gonna get very oily, so it's kind of nice to just be able to have something to quickly wipe your fingers with. And we're just gonna go straight in. So for this, if you're new here, you pretty much do it at like a 45-degree angle. I like to just like hold my skin just a little bit just to tighten it, so when you're going down, Like I said, this has been very long overdue, so I was in need of this, like, as you can see. It's also good to just have a piece of paper towel so you can wipe everything that you take off of your face onto something, because trust me, if you've never done this, there is going to be a lot of stuff that comes off. So this side is done. The key for this is to not go super hard. It is gonna get a little bit red, but hopefully not too red. I think right here it's a little bit red on me because I was like holding it with my nails, which you probably shouldn't do. So as I'm sitting here talking, I'm starting to get really thirsty. So I'm going to start on the first self-improvement tip that I have for you today. So for my first tip, it is drinking more water. Whether it's just tea or straight up water, I think drinking any sort of water variation is extremely important. As I take a sip of my water. The good stuff. I never realized how important water was and like how good it makes you feel and how good it is just for just like your body and your skin and whatever else until I did the 75-day hard challenge. Mind you, I didn't get to 75 days. I think I only got to like 65 days, which is crazy. But like I was saying, doing the 75-day hard challenge kind of got me into the rhythm of drinking like a liter at least of water a day. And I've kind of just stuck with it. And I feel like it always like benefits my skin. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel more awake. And even just drinking tea at the end of the day is really good as well. Some of my favorite teas are peppermint tea and sleepy time tea. Sometimes it does make you drowsy in the morning, so just maybe be careful with that. But yeah, that and peppermint tea are probably my go-to teas. I freaking love peppermint. There's so many benefits with just peppermint tea. I'm sure you can find some. Maybe I will link some in this video somewhere. Yeah, those teas are really good. I also just like a nice crisp cold water. I do think drinking room temperature water is better for you, but nothing hits like an ice cold water, so that's just my opinion. Yeah, so that is my first tip on self-improvement and how to improve yourself is drink more water. It is just so beneficial in so many different ways, so I would definitely recommend that. But on that note, I'm going to keep on going with shaving my face. So before I start shaving my forehead, another benefit of shaving your face is when you're putting on like a face mask or even just makeup, I feel like for a face mask, it helps the face mask penetrate your skin a lot more easier because there's no like hair barrier. And then for makeup, it kind of makes your makeup look a little bit more flawless on your skin because there's not a whole bunch of like peach fuzz there. So if you've never tried to shave your face, I would definitely recommend it. And if you don't trust yourself to go do it yourself, you can go to like an esthetician or like you can go to someone that does dermaplaning and they can do it for you. So I would definitely recommend something like this. I feel like there's just so many benefits to it. It's just hard not to do it. So that's another self tip, but it's not like part of my list. I'm just spewing random facts. Another benefit of this is it is exfoliating your face as well. So not only is it taking off all the little hairs that just sit on your face, it is also exfoliating it. So it's taking off any of the old dry skin, dead skin that's on your face as well to just leave a nice like flawless canvas. So that's just another random benefit that I can think of while I'm doing this that I wanted to share with you because I feel like if you're watching me do this, why not learn some of the benefits and then maybe you want to do it yourself. So I'm going to continue, but that is another random fact. Alrighty, so my whole face is dermaplaned or shaved now. So I'm pretty much just going to go and rinse off all of this oil on my face, and then we're gonna get into my second self-improvement tip, and we are going to start doing my face mask. So, be right back. For the next tip that I have, it is doing yoga, stretching, or just mobility in general. So I have been doing yoga for a few years now. I think I first started when I lived in Langley and I started going to Oxygen Yoga because they had hot yoga. I've kind of moved away from like the hot yoga though, just because they don't have it here, but I do like the stretching aspect of it. So I go to like a class called Vinyasa or Yinyasa or something like that. And I really like it because it's like going through the movements, but also breathing through the movements as well. So it kind of keeps you in touch with your body and how you're moving. And I just really like it. It kind of gives you like a mind to body connection, which I really enjoy. Plus you're getting lots of good stretches. I started doing mobility exercise type stretching things before my workouts just because I saw that it was good on TikTok. Of course, I feel like I hear about everything on TikTok nowadays, but it's good to do it before your workouts because it gives you more depth in stuff like squats. And when you stretch before workouts or just stretch in general, it just helps not get injuries and stuff too, which I think is really important, especially if you're working out and lifting heavier weights. So we are gonna go into my face mask now. This is a charcoal mask. I got it from Sephora. I used to use the Super Mud mask, and when they didn't have it in the store, they recommended this one. And I think I like this one better just because it's not as harsh on my face. I found that with the Super Mud mask, it would make my skin really red and kind of irritated, especially if you have sensitive skin, but this one doesn't do that, so I really like it. So for these face masks, you can either use your fingers or you can use a little rubber thing like this. I think I got this from my face mask, like my Super Mud mask, a long time ago. I know they have full sizes of these things, but I just never got around to buying it because I'm like, why do I need to if I have this little thing? I think I'm gonna use this little thing today because why not? We're gonna start that much and just put it all over my face. Alrighty, so I'm gonna try not to move my face too much just because I want this to not crack while I have it on. But for this face mask, you pretty much just let it hang out on your face until it is dry, and then you rinse it off, wipe it off, whatever you wanna do. So while I have this face mask on my face, I am going to tell you my next self-improvement tip. The next tip is for people that go to the gym. You don't have to go to the gym, and if you don't, that's totally fine. Just disregard this. My next tip is lifting heavier weights. So when I first started going to the gym, I always used to just do like super heavy cardio, and I would lift like no more than 20 pounds for anything. And to be fair, there's nothing wrong with that. I felt really good when I was doing it. But lately I have been doing mostly heavy lifting instead, well, not super heavy. I'm not like a heavy lifter or anything. I feel like ever since I started lifting heavier weights and doing less cardio, yeah, my body has been changing quite a bit, and I'm not really totally used to it because I have been always just like really small and skinny, but I have noticed a really big change in the muscle growth that I have been accumulating, I guess. I know that my bum has been getting bigger, my arms look more toned, and it's just crazy how much your body can change as you work different things out. Here is a before and after picture of what I used to look like when I was just doing cardio. And this is like a picture from a long time ago. So this is when I first kind of started getting into the gym versus now that I do hardly any cardio, but I do a lot of heavy lifting. And it's okay to switch up your workouts. Like, I'm thinking about going back to a little bit more cardio and less heavy lifting now that I kind of have the body shape that I want, but I have noticed a very big change in the way that my body looks after lifting heavier than I normally would. And since this is still a little bit wet, as you can see, it's still kind of shiny, I'll go on to the next tip because why not? But first, we're gonna drink some water. So my next tip on self-improvement and self-development is making lists of stuff. So I make lists all the time. If I have some chores that I want to get done, I will make a list, and it's just kind of satisfying to be able to check them off. It also helps me make a plan on stuff that I want to get done, so I'm not just freelancing and doing whatever the heck I want, because I know that I have a very forgetful mind. So if I do something like that, there is no way I'm gonna remember everything that I need to do if I don't write it down. It also helps me stay motivated to get stuff done, because when you're checking stuff off, it kind of makes you want to keep on going and keep on checking stuff off, so it keeps me motivated on the tasks that I need to get done. But yeah, making lists and stuff, like I said, just motivates you, keeps you on track on things, and kind of gives you a physical list on things that you need to get done. So it helps you remember. At least for me, I know that I am very forgetful, so making lists is very beneficial for me. Anyways, I think that my mask is getting kind of tight, so I know that it's pretty much dry. And instead of doing what I normally do and like wipe it with a bunch of water, I'm gonna be doing this again. So if you've watched, I can't remember what video it was, but there was a video, I think it was a self-care video, and I used this to take off my face mask instead of having to drown my face in water like I normally do. And I really liked the way that it did it, and I totally forgot about it until I opened my drawer and I organized my makeup stuff, that I saw these puffs and I was like, why don't I do that again? So I told myself the next time I do a face mask, I was gonna use this. So that's what we're gonna do. I got these from Dollarama, and all you have to do is get this wet and pretty much just wipe off all of your face mask, and it's that easy. So I'm gonna go get this wet and I'll show you what I mean. I love Dollarama. I feel like it is just such a handy place, and I feel like their prices have been going up a little bit, but like sometimes things are like $3 there, and you really can't complain about prices like that. See how easy that is to take off? And I've literally only used half of this sponge, so I could probably use like 1/2. And look how freaking cute this is. As you can tell, I love purple, but I feel like if you've been here for a while, you know that I love purple. But it's honestly just so effortlessly easy to just take off your face mask like this. Like, look at this. You do have to make sure that your puff is a little bit more damp than it normally would. Like, I wrung it out the first time and I was like, whoa, that is not wet enough, because it wasn't really taking anything off. But now that it's a little bit more damp than it was before, it just effortlessly comes off. And it's so soft on my face too. I love it. Honestly, I don't even need to use this other side. So I might just use the other side to go over everything. Literally, I only needed to use one side for my whole face. So I'm just gonna use this side to go over everything, just to make sure the whole face mask is off. See? There was definitely a little bit more face mask on my face, but I don't think it was getting a whole lot off after all of this. So it was nice to have another blank side just to make sure that everything was off. And honestly, that is it. Like, how freaking easy was that to take off? Instead of like having to put your face under a bunch of water and getting water everywhere, especially when I'm filming like this, it's so easy to just use something like this, take everything off, and here we are. While my face is drying, I'm just gonna tell you my last tip, and that is making the bed. So that might be a little bit generic, but I feel like when I don't make the bed, my whole room just feels kind of messy. Even if it's not right away, I feel so much more accomplished when I make the bed. It just gives me this satisfying feeling, which I love. Another reason to make the bed, which I didn't know about until I think I started researching reasons why you should make the bed, just because I was kind of curious on what the benefits were. So when you're making the bed, when you're wringing out the bed sheets and like kind of flipping your blankets, you know, as you do, it's exposing all the dust mites to clean air and sunlight. So I wrote down on my notes that they dry out and perish. So I guess that's what they do. So apparently that is another benefit of making your bed. Not only are you feeling satisfied and relaxed and getting a task done, you're also killing the dust mites in your bed, in your sheets. If you watch any of my cleaning videos, you know and you have seen that I always make the bed. It just looks a lot better when there's not a lot of ruffled up like blankets all over your bed. Like I said, I don't always make the bed in the morning, but even just making the bed any time of the day is better than not making it at all. At least in my head it is, but who knows? By the way, this is all of the hair that came off of my face. So I think I'm going to attempt to do my eyebrows. We're gonna see how it goes. I got this eyebrow dye from Amazon and it had fairly good reviews, so I've tried it once, but we're gonna try it out again today. It comes with 3 things. It comes with this little spoolie brush, and then it comes with the dye and also a cream. The first step of this, it says to put like some sort of Vaseline or something around the skin just so it doesn't tint the skin. So I'm gonna be using some of my Aquaphor. So we're just gonna put that around my eyebrows. So I'm going to put it on my eyebrows like this. And then I'm gonna brush them out. Alrighty. So you leave this on for 5 to 10 minutes. I might leave it on for maybe like 7 just to see how it turns out, because I have never done it like this before. Last time I did it, I literally just brushed it through my eyebrows, but this time I put like a pretty thick layer on there, and I'm kind of hoping that it tints my skin a little bit, just because I know that in this general area right here, I always have to fill it in because I don't really have hair there. So I might start prepping this eyebrow now. You can already kind of see a difference in how dark it is, but we're gonna see what it looks like when I take the stuff off. We're just gonna use this little puff. Okay, so I feel like it did dye it a little bit in the corner, just a little bit. I feel like if I left it on a little bit longer, it would probably be a little bit darker, but like I said, that was the first time I've ever tried it, just like putting a big thick layer on there, so I was a little bit nervous, but I'm gonna wait for another 5 minutes to put this on, and then I'm going to probably wash my face or just get my face a little bit wet and put some moisturizer on, and then I'm gonna be done. So the last 2 things that I wanna do is put on some moisturizer on my face. I have been using this moisturizer for quite a while now. It's literally almost done. I've just been waiting to finish this because it literally has been taking me over a year to finish this whole tub. Anyways, I am going to be using this on my face as a moisturizer. In some of my other videos that I have done, I have used a gua sha after shaving my face. But recently, I found that after the shower, when my face is still really damp, it's actually kind of fun to just use my fingers to do like the gua sha movements, and then I don't have to put any like face oil on my face. I literally just use like the water and like the moisture from after the shower with the lotion that I put on my face, which is this one, and going through the motions of the gua sha with just like this part of my finger kind of just works the same. So I've been doing that instead of using the gua sha, just honestly because I've been very lazy. So this is the final look of my skin. Sometimes it just feels so nice to just shave everything off and do a face mask and just make yourself feel good, because there is nothing better than self-improvement and self-care. My skin feels so nice. It just feels very refreshed, because like I said, it has been a while since I've like dermaplaned or shaved my face. As you could see from all of the hair that came off, it was in need of it. So it just feels a lot better. It feels a lot more fresh, which I love. So like I said in the beginning, I've been on this self-improvement, self-development journey for quite a while now. So I definitely like to share some tips with you on like how I feel makes me a better person in one way or another. So let me know down in the comments below if you enjoyed this video and if you liked hearing some of the tips that I have to give. But anyways, I hope you have a good rest of your day, night, whenever you're watching this, LOS gang. I hope to see you in my next one. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.